I hope that you're all doing well. Are you all from Pakistan? Okay, great. That's very interesting to know, and I'm glad to have you all here with us today. I want to talk a little bit about PWB Canada. It is one of the leading and fastest growing organizations here in Canada. And now, as you all know, we'll be hiring around 1,000 candidates and later add another 9,000. Today's session will be a short one. We wanted to have a quick meeting with all of you, tell you about us, and what we will be expecting from you in the coming session as we are going through all of your resumes and then send you the confirmations. I want to inform everyone that we will be sharing an online form with all of you present here today. What I want from all of you is to send us an email with just a statement saying that you were there in today's session. And of course, we are recording the session and we will do the invitation. You can put all of your questions, expectations, and concerns in that form, and we will answer your questions and send them back to you as soon as possible. For this reason, it is almost difficult for us to have question answer sessions here right now. I will just talk a little bit about the impact of COVID-19 from last year and why we are providing this opportunity. The impact of COVID-19 on our daily life and the role of Zoom for virtual meetings. The COVID-19 pandemic has made a dramatic loss of human life worldwide and presents an unprecedented challenge to the routine life, health, and safety of the public, food systems, and working world. The economic and social disruption caused by the pandemic is devastating. Tens of millions of people are at risk of falling into extreme poverty, while the number of undernourished people, currently estimated at nearly 690 million, could increase by up to 102 million by the end of the year. The pandemic has decimated jobs and placed millions of livelihoods at risk. As breadwinners lose jobs, fall ill, and die, the food security and nutrition of millions of women and men are under threat, with those in low-income countries, particularly the most marginalized populations, which include small-scale farmers and indigenous peoples, being hardest hit. The pandemic has affected the entire food system and has laid bare its fragility. Border closures, trade restrictions, and confinement measures have been preventing farmers from accessing markets, including for buying inputs and selling their produce, and agricultural workers from harvesting their crops, thus disrupting domestic and international food supply chains and reducing access to healthy, safe, and diverse diets. Millions of agricultural workers, waged and self-employed while feeding the world regularly, face high levels of working poverty, malnutrition, and poor health, and suffer from a lack of labor protection as well as other types of abuse. With low and irregular incomes and a lack of social support, many of them are spurred to continue working, often in unsafe conditions, thus exposing themselves and their families to additional risks. COVID-19 has affected day-to-day life and is slowing down the global economy. COVID-19 has rapidly affected our day-to-day life, business, disrupted world trade, and movements. When we can't meet in person or with friends, for business deals, with coworkers, and employers, we can still continue to do the work of our union using internet-based resources like GoToMeeting, WebEx, Zoom, Skype, FaceTime, Facebook Messenger video chat, WhatsApp video chat, and traditional telephone conference calls. We can meet and plan with local executives or negotiating committees, update the membership, and so on. We're not all as familiar with these tools as we are with face-to-face meetings, so it is a good time to try learning some new skills. For example, the use of Zoom meetings has significantly increased during the pandemic period. To contain the spread of COVID-19, governments around the world imposed regulations to restrict physical meetings, mobility, and public life in general. While most people did not contract the infection, their lives were dramatically disrupted as the lockdown locked away their everyday contacts and activities. In this extreme situation, institutions and individuals alike responded by switching quickly from location-dependent physical interactions to virtual interactions with the extensive use of Zoom, soaring download numbers, and a higher number of daily meeting participants than ever before point to the central role of Zoom in this transformation. The use of Zoom doubled between March 27th and May 31st, 2020, showing a trend towards working from home whenever possible. They started to use Zoom to support everyday activities, such as meetings for schools, business, and for friends and families. Now, I will tell you why we are providing this opportunity in Pakistan. The only reason our CEO decided to bring this to Pakistan is that there is a huge potential in Pakistani youth, and we want them to come in the industry and compete with other South Asian countries. I also want to let you know that we have some professionals from Pakistan on board as well, and they will be speaking to you personally in the coming sessions. Now, when you send us an email, please mention which days you are available in the next week, so we can officially start our trainings with you. Also, Danish, Natasha, and Elizabeth are in the process of finalizing the documents, which we will be sending back to you very soon. In the next session, we will introduce to you the other team members as well. Danish, Dr. Atta will be with us. I wish you all the very best and see you next week with the first training session. Good night to all of you in Pakistan, and thank you for joining.